Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa. For those of you who have not practiced with me before, I am going to be leading us through a Vinyasa Flow. Grab a pillow if you have one. If not, no worries. It's not required. It will just make things a little bit more comfortable during your practice. And let's go ahead and get started.
We'll start in a seat on our mats. So you can come to sit on your pillow, or if you don't have one, that's totally okay. Draw your palms to your knees. Sit up tall through the crown of your head. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Then roll them down the spine, creating space in the neck and chest. Beginning to settle in. Bring your eyes to close or take your gaze out slightly in front of you on the ground. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let it go. Start to draw your attention to any sounds that are occurring around you. Taking an inventory of the present moment, arriving here in your space on your mat. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go out through the mouth. Together, we'll begin a circular breath movement. And so, what I mean by this is you'll take a deep inhale in through the nose, expanding your breath through the rib cage into the lower belly. And then imagine your breath moving up your spine through your neck to the crown of your head, completing the breath circle with an exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, expand into the lower belly. Send the breath up the spine, through the shoulders, the neck, to the crown of the head. Exhale out through the mouth. Take 2 more rounds of this breath at your own pace. Inhaling deeply in through the nose, expanding through the chest into the lower belly. Imagining the breath moving up to the crown of the head. Exhaling out through the mouth. One more. Really feeling expansive here. The end of your second round, begin to breathe in and out through the nose, sealing off the lips, maybe imagining your breath like an ocean wave crashing on the shore, allowing your breath to be audible. I encourage you to use your breath as your guide during your practice today. And if your thoughts begin to wander off of your mat, just notice that and don't judge yourself for it. Just bring your attention back to your breath as your home base and guide back to this present moment. Inhale to draw your fingertips up over your head. Exhale, side twist over to the right. Draw your left palm to your right knee and your right fingertips behind your tailbone. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your gaze out towards the ground. Be gentle with yourself as we begin to warm up the body. Keeping your left palm on your right knee, inhale to draw the right fingertips up towards the sky, and then cross your right arm over your left and place that right palm on your left knee. Round through the back of the heart and tuck your chin in towards your chest. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. And then gently release the cross. Inhale to draw your fingertips up above. Exhale, side twist over to the left, drawing your right palm to your left knee and your left fingertips out behind you. Sit tall through the crown of the head. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Feeling expansive through the chest and a gentle twist through the core. Keeping the right palm on your left knee, inhale to draw the right fingertips up above you. Exhale, cross that right arm over your left, placing it on your right knee. And then drop your chin in towards your chest, round through the back of the heart, and draw the shoulders away from your ears. Deep inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, slowly begin to unwind and uncross the arms. Inhaling to draw the fingertips up above. Exhaling, hands to heart center. We'll now make our way into a tabletop position. So remove any props out from underneath you, place them off your mat. And then come to draw your knees underneath your hips, shins pressed into the mat, palms underneath your shoulders. Really draw your fingertips wide. Press through the thumb and forefinger. Shine the insides of the elbows forward towards the front edge of your mat. Inhale to drop the chest, take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round through the back of the heart, tailbone down towards the ground. Gaze goes down towards the back of your mat. Inhale to drop the chest, take the gaze up. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, round through the back of the heart. Really feel supported by the ground. Take one more, inhaling to drop the chest, take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round through the back of the heart. Come back into a neutral tabletop position, engaging through the core. Press through the left palm and inhale to draw the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, draw your right arm underneath your left, and come to rest your cheek on the mat. Deep inhale, exhale. You can stay here if this is a deep enough stretch, or you can begin to walk your left fingertips out towards the front edge of your mat, pressing through the palm. Slowly start to walk those fingertips back in towards your face. Press the left palm into the mat, inhaling to unwind the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant the palm back down on the mat. And take the other side. So press through the right palm, inhale to lift the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, draw your left arm underneath your right. And come to rest your left cheek on the mat. Deep inhale. Exhale. Again, stay here if this is a deep enough stretch, or you can begin to walk your right fingertips out towards the front edge of your mat. And press through the right palm. And slowly begin to walk those right fingertips back towards your face. Press through the palm, inhaling to unwind, drawing the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, plant the left palm back down on the mat. Some gentle wrist stretches here. So draw your fingertips to face towards your knees. Really spread the fingertips wide. And then gently rock forward and backward, bringing movement into the wrists. Be super gentle here. And then when you're ready, we'll flip our fingertips to face the front edge of our mat. And then taking a counter stretch, press through the left palm and flip the back of your right hand to press into the mat. And then we'll take the other side to press through the right palm and flip the back of your hand onto the mat. And then take your fingertips to face towards the outer edges of your mat. And then begin to take circles, moving gently in one direction and the opposite. And we're going to move into a puppy pose. So keeping your hips over your knees and tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Start to walk your fingertips out towards the front edge of your mat and come to rest either your chin or forehead to the ground. Press through the palms, feeling expansive through the collarbone. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly take your gaze towards the front edge of your mat and start to snake forward, coming into Sphinx pose. So your elbows will be pressed into the mat, forearms pressed into the mat, and you'll want your elbows to be about the width of your forearm. Then press the palms into the mat, draw the shoulders away from your ears, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. And then we'll take gentle neck circles, moving clockwise, pausing in any spots that feel tight. And then when you're ready, taking the opposite direction, moving slowly here. And again, pausing in any spots that feel extra tight. And slowly come out of Sphinx, coming all the way onto your belly. Draw your arms out into a T. And we're going to go into a shoulder stretch here. So draw your right cheek to the mat. Bring your left palm in beside your left shoulder. And then inhale to extend the left heel up towards the ceiling. And then gently press through the left palm to roll onto your right shoulder. This can be a super deep stretch, so just move slowly. And maybe your left heel comes to rest on the ground outside your right body. Take an inhale and exhale, slowly begin to unwind, coming back to neutral on your stomach. And then we'll take the opposite shoulder. So draw your left cheek to the mat, left arm out into a T. Your right palm comes into press beside your right shoulder. Inhale to draw the right heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly press through the right palm to roll onto your left shoulder. We'll be here for 2 breath cycles, inhaling deeply, exhaling to let it go. And we'll slowly begin to come back to neutral, rolling off your left shoulder. And then take a moment here to windshield wiper the heels right and left, just releasing the lower back. And then come back to press the tops of the feet into the mat, so much so that your kneecaps engage off the ground. Press the palms underneath your shoulders. Inhale to lift through the back of the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, release down to the ground. Inhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears, lift through the back of the heart, baby cobra. Exhale to the mat. Take one more. Inhale to lift through the back of the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes, press through the palms, press up to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's the first downward facing dog of class, so keep a generous bend in your knees. Maybe you walk one heel out, or you rise on up to the tippy toes, letting the heels fall back down towards the ground. And just like in our tabletop, really expand the fingertips wide, press through the thumb and forefinger, and shine the insides of your elbows towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale to rise up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, slowly walk your feet to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold. Really keep a generous bend in your knees. Release the weight of your upper body. Maybe you grasp opposite elbows, rock right and left. And then inhale, halfway lift, draw the palms to your shins. Extend long through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to rise, slowly drawing the fingertips out wide and up above. Exhale, hands to heart center. Walk your big toes to touch, leaving a slight sliver in between your heels. And inhale to draw the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Bend through the knees and sit the hips back. Press through the heels. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and don't let your chest drop forward. Keep it as far back as you can. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, press the palms into the shins. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Inhale to shift your weight slightly over your wrists, keeping the elbows hugged in. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the ground, so much so that your kneecaps engage off the mat. Keep the elbows hugged in towards the midline, pressing the palms gently into the ground. Inhale to lift through the back of the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes, press through the palms, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to draw the right heel up towards the sky. Exhale, shift the weight forward, right knee to nose. And then place your right foot in between your hands, coming into a runner's lunge. Make sure your right knee is directly over your right ankle, and your back heel is over your left toes. Then come up onto the fingertips, draw the shoulders away from your ears, and hug the inner thighs in towards the midline, feeling strong through the legs. And keeping the left palm pressed into the mat parallel to your right foot, inhale to reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale to hold. Inhale. Exhale, place the right palm back down on the mat to frame your foot. Then we'll move into Anjaneyasana, a low lunge. So drop your back knee to the mat. The top of your foot will press into the ground. Inhale to lift the torso up, draw the fingertips above. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw the navel in towards the spine, engaging through the core and allowing the hips to drop down towards the ground. We'll take a side twist over to the right. So gently start to twist towards the right and hook your left elbow outside of your right knee. Press through the palms to feel expansive through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, unwind, come back to center. Plant the palms to frame the foot, and then straighten out through the right leg, moving your hips back over your knee, coming into half splits. Keep a slight bend in that right knee if you feel any pulling behind it. And then draw the pinky edge of your right toe back towards your face to feel a deeper stretch. Be gentle. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend back through the knee, walking your hands to frame your foot. Tuck your back toes and step your left foot to meet your right, coming into a forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the palms to your shins, stay engaged to the core. Exhale, release, fold in. Inhale to rise, drawing the fingertips out wide and up above. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw the big toes to touch, slight sliver in between the heels. Inhale to draw the fingertips above. Exhale, chair pose, bend through the knees, sit the hips back. We've been here before. Stay light, press through the heels. Keep the chest back. Deep inhale. Exhale, maybe you sit a little bit deeper. One more, inhale through the nose. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Inhale to shift the weight over your wrists slightly. Then exhale, keeping the elbows hugged in towards the midline, lower halfway. Then flip to the tops of your feet. Press through the palms to move the torso up, coming into upward facing dog. Exhale, press through the palms, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Settle in here for a moment. Maybe you shake your head right and left, releasing tension in the neck. Then inhale to lift the left heel up towards the sky. Exhale, shift the weight forward, knee to nose. Place your left foot in between your hands. Make sure your left knee is directly over your left ankle and your back heel is over your right toes. Come up onto the fingertips, draw the shoulders away from the ears, hug the inner thighs in toward the midline, feeling strong through the legs. And then plant that right palm into the mat, parallel to your left foot. Inhale to draw the left fingertips up towards the sky. Runner's lunge with a twist. Exhale to hold. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left palm back down on the mat. We'll move into Anjaneyasana, so drop your back right knee to the ground. Top of the foot presses into the mat. Inhale to draw the torso above. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hug the navel in towards your spine. Then begin to twist over to the left, hugging your right elbow outside of your left knee. Then pressing through the palms to feel expansive through the chest, lengthening out through the spine and the crown of the head. Exhale, hold. Inhale to unwind, coming back to center. Exhale, plant the palms on the ground. And then shift your hips back, straightening out through the left leg, coming into half splits. Again, if you feel any pulling behind that knee, just keep a slight bend. And then draw that pinky toe edge back towards your face to feel a deeper stretch. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend back through the left leg. Walk your hands to frame your left foot. And then press your palms into the mat and step your left foot back to meet your right, coming into a plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Draw your toes to touch, knees out wide to the edges of your mat. And then sit your hips back over your heels, drawing your palms and arms out long in front of you. And allowing your forehead to rest on the mat. Take a moment here to reconnect with your breath. checking in with yourself and how you're feeling during your practice. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. When you're ready, press yourself up and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee to nose. Place your foot in between your hands. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle and squeeze the inner thighs in towards the midline. Inhale to press through the heels, rising up into crescent lunge. Exhale, settle in. Draw your right hip back in alignment with your left. Inhale to extend long through the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move into a crescent lunge twist. And if you're feeling unstable here, feel free to drop your back knee down to the mat. Inhale to twist through the core to the right, hooking your left elbow outside of your right knee. Exhale, press through the palms, feel length through the spine and the crown of the head. Then inhale to unwind, exhaling to open up into Warrior Two. Drop your back heel to the mat, right knee at a 90-degree angle, and then stretch the hands sideways as though two persons are pulling you from opposite ends, and take your gaze over your right middle finger. Keep your right knee over your right heel and inhale to reverse your warrior, drawing your right fingertips up above and your left hand to rest on your back thigh. Come back to Warrior Two and then straighten out through the right leg. Parallel your right toes to your left and then bring your hands to your hips. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head, shine the heart forward. Exhale, fold in. Draw the palms to the ground, letting the weight of your upper body melt forward. Press through the outer edges of your feet to stay engaged through the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And then when you're ready, slowly begin to walk your hands to the back of your mat to frame your left foot, coming into a runner's lunge. Then make sure your left knee is directly over your left ankle. And then hug the inner thighs in towards the midline. Inhale to rise up to crescent lunge, drawing the palms up above. Exhaling to draw the left hip back in alignment with the right, hugging the navel in towards the spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Then twist over to the left, hooking your right elbow outside of your left knee. And again, if you need to modify this, feel free to drop your back knee to the mat. Inhale to unwind, coming back to center. Exhaling, opening up to Warrior Two, dropping the back heel to the mat and your left knee at a 90-degree angle over your left heel. Draw your torso back over your hips and stretch out the hands sideways as though two persons are pulling you from opposite ends, taking your gaze over your left middle finger. Inhale to reverse your warrior, draw your left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, settle in, keep the bend in the left knee. Inhale, exhale, come back to Warrior Two, and then straighten out through the left leg, parallel your left toes to your right, and then interlace your fingers behind your back and draw the knuckles down towards the ground. And then keeping the grasp in the hand, shine the heart forward, take your gaze slightly up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, slowly begin to fold forward, drawing your knuckles up over your head. Really feel expansive through the collarbone. Then slowly just begin to draw the hands back towards the lower back. And then release the grip. And on your inhale, slowly begin to walk your fingertips back towards the front edge of your mat, framing your right foot. And then step your left foot to meet your right, coming into a forward fold. Shake out the neck, yes and no. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to rise slowly, drawing the palms out wide and above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach tall through the fingertips. Exhale, chair pose. Sit your hips down and back, bend through the knees, push through the heels. Don't dump into the chest. Inhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly begin to lower all the way down to a seat. Draw your legs out long in front of you. Inhale to reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, fold over your legs. Grab whatever is accessible here, so maybe that's your thighs or your shins. And just let everything melt in. We'll be here for 3 breath cycles. When you've completed 3 breath cycles, draw your torso back up and then draw the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale to draw the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Again, grab whatever is accessible here. We'll be here for just a moment. Then inhale, release, drawing your torso back up. And then draw your left leg out long in front of you and draw the sole of your right foot into the inside of your left thigh. Inhale to reach the arms up tall. Exhale, fold over your left leg. And when you're ready, begin to rise up. Draw both legs long out in front of you. Reach towards your toes on your inhale. Exhale, round through the spine, coming all the way onto your back, taking a big good morning stretch. Then we're going to take a couple rounds of rolling bridges. So draw your heels in towards your glutes about an inch or two away. And you'll want your heels to be the width of your hips. Press the heels into the mat. Inhale to draw the hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hold. Inhale to draw the fingertips up towards the sky and over your head. Exhale, slowly draw everything back down towards the mat. Inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, hold. Inhale, draw the fingertips and arms up above your head. Exhale, release everything back down towards the ground. And we'll take one more. Inhale to press through the heels, draw the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, hold. Inhale, move the arms up above your head. Exhale, release everything back down towards the ground. Keeping your left foot planted into the mat, inhale to lift the right heel up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, place your right ankle over your left thigh. Stay here in this figure 4 position if it feels like a deep enough stretch, or you can begin to draw your left heel in toward your chest and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Draw your tailbone down towards the ground. Deep inhale, exhale. Inhale, slowly release the grip of your fingers, drawing your foot back down towards the mat. And then we're going to take a gentle figure 4 supine twist. So draw your arms out into a T, and then keeping your legs in this figure 4 position, let them fall over to the left side, and the sole of your right foot will come to plant on the ground. And breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, draw your legs back towards the center line of your mat. Release your right ankle, placing your right foot back down on the ground. Then inhale to draw your left heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale, place your left ankle over your right thigh. Stay here if this feels like a deep enough stretch, or begin to draw your right knee in toward your chest and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Breath in, breath out. And draw your tailbone down towards the ground. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly release the grip of your fingers. And then we'll take a supine twist to the right. And so draw the sole of your right foot back down towards the ground. Keep your legs in this figure 4 and let them fall over to the right. The sole of your left foot will plant on the ground. And draw your arms out into a T if you haven't done so already. Inhale in. Exhale out. When you're ready, begin to draw your legs back towards the center line. Release your left ankle, placing the left sole of your foot back down on the ground. And then hug both knees into your chest, rock right and left, massaging out the lower back. And then we're going to move into our final resting pose, so feel free to take any last final movements that feel good. So maybe you take a happy baby. If you're ready to move into Shavasana, draw your legs out long in front of you. Really take up space here. So draw your heels off your mat. Let your toes fall open like a book. Draw the backs of your hands to the ground. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Move your jaw right and left, releasing tension in the face. And close your eyes if you haven't done so already. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, Shavasana. Just rest. I'll let you know when it's time to reawaken. Bring your attention back to your breath. Slowly begin to bring movement into your toes and fingers. Maybe you take a big good morning stretch or hug your knees into your chest. Roll over onto one side, letting your head rest in your arm. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. When you're ready, push yourself up, coming into a seat. And keep your eyes closed if you can. And then draw your palms to heart center. Deep inhale in through the nose, expanding your breath through the rib cage into the lower belly. Exhale out through the mouth. Take one more deep inhale, the biggest breath that you've taken today, filling up with oxygen. Exhaling, letting it go. Draw your thumbs to your third eye. May you think good thoughts about yourself, and may you think good thoughts about others. Draw your thumbs to your lips. May you speak good words about yourself, and may you speak good words about others. And draw your thumbs to your heart center. May you love yourself, and may you love others. Thank you all so much for showing up on your mats today and practicing with me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or a restful evening.